Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? It's Wednesday. It's Amy from So Let's Be Quilty Studio here in gorgeous Pentwater, Michigan. It's gorgeous today. It's actually going to be like 70s, which unheard of for August. Um, well, not so much. I think August kind of you get like little peaks and valleys, like Indian summer, whatever. So I hope everybody's doing great today. I have my coffee. I'm going to take a sip. Hopefully not make a big slurpy noise. So last week we talked about kind of looking at the back of a bag pattern. I know that scares some of you. So we're gonna do the first time we're gonna look at the back of a couple of patterns, and we're gonna kind of go over a game plan on what you're looking at, so that when you want to go into the world of bag making, when you look at a pattern, you kind of have an idea of where you're going. Also, if a shop carries bag patterns, hopefully there's somebody there who is knowledgeable about what you're looking at and can help you pick out things. That is my job. So if you come in here and you're a newbie, I will walk you through the process. I will help you pick out all the things. So that is kind of my job. So I wanted to say who won last week. Our question was favorite Halloween candy. So, candy corn won. I am shocked and surprised and kind of a little delighted about it because I have a candy corn aficionado in my house. No, he's
hands down. It was like the top.
hands down. He's not an aficionado because he doesn't like the weird brands of candy corn. He likes the regular Brock's, the real just sugar shaped as a candy corn. Okay, so our two winners. So Carrie Latesky, yay, won the Trick or Treaters layer cake from Riley Blake. I have two quilts made out of that. I love it. And then Jane Barr won our orchard layer cake. Uh-oh, I'm talking in the background. Okay. This week, since we're coming into fall, so what's your favorite activity to do in the fall? Do you go pumpkin picking? Do you go to the apple orchards? What's your favorite thing to do? Do you go and look at the color, that kind of thing? I'm just, hi Lisa, good morning.
Say, tell whoever's watching. So for some reason, YouTube chat is not working.
Oh, for some reason, YouTube chat is not working if you're watching us on YouTube. So
Make a comment. We'll see it.
make a comment and we'll try, and he'll try and figure out how we're working that. Okay. So just tell me your favorite fall activity to do. Do you go and look at the color of the trees? Do you go apple picking? Do you go pick out pumpkins? What is it? Do you go to the corn maze? That kind of thing. Okay. So this week we're giving away. So I got from Free Spirit these great bags, and this one happens to be the bag from Eclectic Elements, Tim Holtz's palette program. So we're giving away one of those with a So Let's Be Quilty 2.5 by 6.5 ruler. And then if you are a Tula fan, I have the Tulas. So this is for her 50th collection. It's really cute. It has the trees on it, and then also a 2.5 by 6.5 inch So Let's Be Quilty Creative Grids mini ruler. Okay, so those are my giveaways. Tell me your favorite fall thing, all the things. So before we get into like bag stuff, I wanted to show you one in progress thing, and then a couple of new things that we got into the shop. I will have Christmas fabric probably starting the first or second week of September. So I will show all you guys all of the Christmas fabric that's in. It's really good. Anyway, so and then I just got in. So I have the vinyl, the Michigan vinyl we still have with the white shapes of Michigan on it that I designed. But we also got in, let's see, can we get it up there? So this is it's like mummy eyes, it says.
Oh, I see.
So this would make really cute little Halloween little bags. From Sassafras, we also got the let's see if we can. Yep, it's like the quilt squares.
That's cute.
That's really cute. I have a couple of others on back order because, I didn't get to them quick enough. And then this one's really cute. It's like stamps from like travel stamps. Mark's gonna try and figure out how to show that to you. There's a picture of it online, so you can see it online. So these are the newest TPU, and then this is from So Hungry Hippie. It's Sewing Notions. That one you can see pretty well. So those are the new ones that are in stock. So the So Hungry Hippie is 12 by 52, and it's $22.50. And then the Sassafras Lane is $19.98, and they are 12 by 53. So those are the new ones in stock. So if you're getting into like the TPU vinyl, using it on bags and fun things, I have a few new ones in stock. Okay, so I've been working diligently on this super cute quilt called Dead End. It is from Pammy Jane, and it's from her line called Happy Halloween. I know, called Costume Party, and it's a Dear Stella. It's so cute. Anyway, so I got the middle part done. All I have to do is put my borders on. Yay! I'm so excited because I love this one. So this part, most of this is foundation paper piecing, which we are going to have classes in September. I just need to put them in. So look how cute that is. Oh my gosh. So if you look in the doorways, it has the like cats and dogs in the doorways. Um, see this little guy with the little, and they have costumes on. They're so cute. And then the cornerstones are these little stars. So I have two colors of stars. And then the borders are these 16 patches. So like that. So cute. I love it. Love it. Love it. So I can't wait to quilt it too, because I think it'll be actually extra special once it gets quilted. I so I had kits and I ran out of them, but I found more of the one fabric that I was missing. So I will be making more kits. Somebody already requested one, so I think I can make 3 or 4 more. I will double check. Oh, hi, Jackie. First time she's caught us live. So I will go ahead and make those up. I just need to order more of the patterns. If you're going to buy one, here is my big suggestion. There's a lot of little pieces. So I would probably go through, she has a great way of cutting out all of your pieces. So I would just be organized. I would actually put each house with their papers together and all the pieces. And then when you have time, you sit down and you can just put your houses together really fast and easy. Okay. Tomorrow, super exciting. We're having Teresa Coates here to teach the elemental coat class. I am super excited because I am taking the class as well. So be kind to Mark because he will be here manning the shop, literally. So while we're at another site doing this class. So I think it'll be really, really fun. I'm excited to take the class, excited to learn new things, always. So, and then I'll show you my coat next week. Okay. So I showed you that. I showed you that. All right. So, one of the things that I have always like thought about when people come in and they're afraid. So the three things they're afraid of is when talking about making a bag. So they don't know where to start. They're afraid of zippers. They don't like binding. You know who you are. And they don't understand the instructions. So the first thing we're going to tackle is, and just like any of the pattern designers, whether it's a quilt or a bag, they all have ways. There's things that are standard, and there are things that there's vernacular that goes with it. So meaning um, the main fabric, or let's see, she calls it main. Um, so I have a couple of designers here, so I'm going to kind of show you like the differences between what they call things, so you kind of have an idea. That we'll talk about interfacing separately because that's a whole different animal, but I just kind of wanted to get you comfortable looking at the back of the pattern and figuring out where to start. The first place to start is when you come into a shop like mine and you want to make a bag, but you don't know where to start. Ask, I'll ask you questions. I'll ask you, your sewing skills. I'll ask you your comfort level with things. And then we'll walk through the shop and we'll kind of talk about a couple of different projects. And then hopefully we'll find one that speaks to you, and we'll look at the back of the pattern. So I'm going to talk about noodlehead patterns, which her instructions to me, are very, very well done. By Annie's. Oh, we should talk about Sally Tomato too. And knot and thread. So they're ones that every time they have a new pattern, I usually am buying those patterns, because not only am I comfortable with their instructions, but their instructions are very, very well done. So don't give up on a bag right away. Ask questions, ask for help. That's what we're here for. So this is a noodlehead pattern called the Sandhill Sling. It is one of the most popular patterns that I carry in the store, especially if you've been here before, I have 1.5 million uh, uh, samples up around the store. And then sometimes I have more than one. So the Sandhill Sling, I have 2 samples up in the store right now. So this one is made just with regular cotton fabric, which all bag making, with few exceptions, can be made either with the heavier linen canvas combination, or with regular cotton, quilting cotton. And the only difference is you may need a little bit more structure when you're working with a regular quilting cotton. So her instructions on the back, you can see them. Oh, he's going to put them up nice. Okay. So she says exterior fabric, lining, and those are the only 2 fabrics that you're using for this. So exterior or main lining, which is what most of the patterns will show you, is the exterior. Lining is just general. Lining is lining. So that's the lining. So the other thing you're going to look at, the next thing that should be on your pattern, is what your interfacing is. Generally speaking, they're going to put the interfacing in the number 3 spot, or the under your fabric selection. You're going to see interfacing, and it will tell you what interfacing you're going to need to use. If you're unfamiliar with interfacing, please ask one of us. We'll show you the difference between a foam versus a shape flex, or SF101, or whatever it is. We will get the right stuff for you. The other thing is, even if you're comfortable with your interfacings, if they have paper instructions that as you unroll them, they're on there, I will always give you one instruction and fold it into the interfacing, just because sometimes when you get it home and you haven't touched it for a while, it's nice to be able to open it up and immediately know exactly what interfacing you're looking at. All right, so the next thing they're going to usually put on there is zippers or hardware. So that's going to be next. So we're going to go over zipper. So there's two kinds of zippers, generally speaking, that you're going to look for, with a few exceptions. But zippers usually come in two flavors, generally for most bags of today. So you're going to have a number 3 zipper, which is just one of these little zippers. They're usually, I carry them in a bunch of colors, and they're in 14-inch lengths. That's usually gets almost every bag that you need for these. And this is just a number 3 zipper, so it's small. Then you get a number 5 zipper or a handbag zipper. The difference is when you show them next to each other, if you see the green one, I picked the green for a reason. See how the zipper tape is much wider and your coil is a bit bigger as well. So they call them handbag zippers just because they're easier. They have more zipper tape to be able to sew them into a bag and have enough bite of your zipper to be able to put them in there. Also, they look quite professional. And a lot of the handbag zippers, quite a few of the handbag zippers either come with colored coils or they come with coils that look like they're metal. Yep. They look like they're metal, but they're actually nylon. You can get metal zippers, and they have a lot of great uses. But metal zippers are usually a very specific size. So if you're going to use a metal zipper, then they want you to get not just the zipper, but they want you to get this specific size. So like 7 inches. So come over a little bit. There you go. So they usually want you to get a specific size, and and you really want to be careful with metal zippers. You don't want to get them under your needle because you will break a needle for sure. Okay, so they will tell you how much zipper you need. If you are getting a handbag zipper, we carry them in usually 3 or 4 yard uh, packages. So you're going to get a specific number of, with most brands, you're going to get a specific number of pulls that you're going to put on here. And then you're going to get 3 or 4 yards of zipper tape. So that's usually, if you're doing several projects, sometimes you want to kind of think about whether you want to buy 2 packages or you kind of want to get one generic color that's going to go with both of your projects. All right, so the next thing on here is, can we see it? Maybe if I take it out. So they are going to give you your hardware. And we are going to go over hardware separately. So I carry Emmeline, I carry Sally Tomato, I carry some Stitch Company, I carry By Annie. What else do I carry? I think that's all I carry right now. Yeah, that covers everything. So, and that gives you everywhere, everything from all the colors. Stitch Company has some colored ones which are really cool. Emmeline carries iridescent, which I really love, so that's why I carry those. But all of them are really exceptional hardware. I haven't had any problems with any of them. All right, so the next thing is they're going to talk about webbing, and we will talk about webbing all as a different thing. Webbing usually comes in 1 inch or 1.5 inch, but we will talk about some of the different brands and the difference between cotton and nylon. Yes, I'll do a tutorial on how to make a strap too, because that would be super helpful. And then usually on the bottom of the pattern, they have recommended fabrics, and then they have additional supplies. So don't skip reading that, because sometimes they have stuff in there that you didn't think you needed, but you need, especially for like something like the sandhill, the little pocket on the inside. They want you to have a little bit of elastic. And that's not in the general needs, because they're thinking, oh, maybe you want it, maybe you don't. But read those additional supplies. And usually, if somebody comes up to, and they have a bunch of things sitting there, and I'm cutting things, we usually go over the whole list before they leave and make sure that either they have it at home or they understand what they need. Okay, so that is Sandhill Sling. Um, this is from Knot and Thread. I have two Knot and Threads. This is the Truvy bag. So this has vinyl on the inside and fabric on the outside, and then it has a hidden magnetic snap. So so there's a couple of different kinds of magnetic snaps. This one you sew in so you don't see it. And then there are magnetic snaps like this one that you see. So you have to have somewhere, you have to be able to hide the back of it. So so when you read your instructions, it'll tell you whether you're having a hidden snap or you want something to be seen. So Knot and Thread is pretty simple. There's main lining, they have vinyl, they have interfacing, they have the By Annie Soft and Stable. So if you're new to bag making, Soft and Stable and Basel are the two main that I carry at the shop. And so the Soft and Stable is not fusible. So so that is sometimes a consideration. It's a great product. I love Soft and Stable. At Basel, if you're doing something where you're going to be quilting on both sides, sometimes if you're doing a larger piece, it's nice to be able to fuse your lining on one side and your main on the other, and then quilt them, and you don't have to worry about things shifting around or bunching or anything like that. So, so the Truvy bag, so usually if they are telling you that you need vinyl, they are also telling you what size piece you need. Can you see it? Yeah. So they're telling you what size piece you need. So if you need help, sometimes they say how thick. Most of the vinyls I carry are going to be 16 gauge, so it's a bit thicker. That way, it will hold up a lot better than some of the thinner ones that you might get from other places. All right, By Annie. Let's talk about By Annie. Her back of hers are usually main fabric, lining, and coordinating. So that's coordinating means, and it'll tell you in parentheses, it says handle, straps, bindings, and zipper pulls. So the great thing about being a bag maker is you can break the rules. So on this one, it has a main, a lining, and a coordinating, but if you look, I have two different ones for my main. And my coordinating is just my coordinating. So if you look at the front, you see that it's just the front and the sides are the same, but they're different on this one. So if you're new to bag making, stick with what they tell you, unless you're adventurous. And then the next time you make a bag, you can be a little bit more adventurous, kind of break out of the mold and look at the pattern first, and then decide if you want to change things up. So obviously she has her Soft and Stable as next, then interfacing, and then she has a mesh in here. I'm going to open this up. She does a great job on her supply list. So usually she will say mesh or coordinating fabric. So I decided to use coordinating fabric on the inside for my pockets, but you could have done it in mesh. I wanted to use mine more for a purse when it becomes mine. Um, and then um, with Annie and a couple of other ones, what they do is they cover their strap with fabric, but they put um, a strapping that's a little less expensive on the inside. Still great strapping, but it's not something you want to see by itself on its own. So she carries her own proprietary Poly Pro, which you'll see, which is what I carry. And then you're going to cover that with your fabric to make it fancy. Yep, Poly Pro looks like that. So she'll also tell you exactly what hardware you need, and I carry all of Annie's hardware, so that's easy. And then she actually has a magnetic snap on this one, and then fold over elastic. Can you grab me a roll of that? So fold over elastic is something you're going to see on the outside. I have the rolls right underneath the I have the rolls right yep. So it's elastic that you see. See that blue? That's the fold over elastic. So you're not hiding it. You're just sewing it to the top of your pocket. And Annie's fold over elastic is a revelation. It's really fantastic. So her fold over elastic looks like this. So it has a dull side and it has a shiny side. And it's meant to fold in half and be sewn to like mesh or fabric and give you a little bit of extra stretch in your pockets. So I think I carry all the colors. I'm really close to carrying all the colors if I don't.
The little packages, are they by any too?
Yeah, these little packages, so you can either buy it by the yard or they have these little 2-yard packages.
The same thing, like they could buy and use it in multiple.
Yep, you can buy it and use it in multiple projects. Okay, so if you have questions on your bag making stuff, just bring up the pattern that you're interested in. Let me know or let somebody know, and we are happy to help you because making bags should not be super hard. Just remember when they talk about Maine, it's usually the outside exterior. When they talk about coordinating, it's usually things that are going to either trim your pockets or be your handles. And lining is on the inside. Um, but yes, usually anything that's coordinating is handles, straps, binding, and things that are going to you're going to show a touch of. So I think that explains the back of the yeah. So if you're interested in the next time I thought we would talk about interfacings because I know that sometimes is tough for people because they're not sure what interfacings to get. So good for you too. So we're going to go over interfacings. So we'll take the same bags and pull out the interfacings that are recommended for them and talk about where they go and what they do. So I think that's it. It's 9:52. We did good today. So our question of the day was, what's your favorite fall activity? Do you go, looking for pumpkins? Do you go to the corn maze? Do you go camping? Do you go and look at the fall color? Whatever it is, let me know. Oh, favorite thing to do is anything with pumpkins. I love that. Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Good morning. Okay, awesome. So our giveaways this week, in case you just joined us, we're doing these great little bags. One is from Tula Pink, and our 2.5 by 6.5 inch ruler with Solis Quilty on it, and then our Tim Holtz with the ruler. Ooh, cider mills and donuts. I love that. What's the other one? Oh, sitting by the fire looking at the stars. I love that.
Quilting.
Quilting.
Judy,
Hey.
All year.
Fantastic.
All
That's
year.
all year round, Judy. All right. Have a great Wednesday, and we will see you next week.